Jurgen Klopp. How FA Cup-ish was that? Great atmosphere in a tradition club, and then they have a big chance, and then Goliath just go up and make the 1-0. How was that like?
It was, apart from a few moments, exactly what I expected. We obviously could watch the games against Arsenal and Leicester, and it was no coincidence that it could happen here. So it's obviously Steve Cooper is doing a brilliant job here, and the team is. Yeah, they had injury problems, and anyway, they were really in the game, really fighting. First half, they only had pretty much, in general, the first half especially, had only like counter attacks when we lost the ball and didn't win it back in counter pressing situations. But they were dangerous there, and so we had to be careful and really alert. But then, when you score the goal and it's in a really good moment, yes, this was a big chance here, obviously, but. That's how it is. We would have accepted everything because we couldn't do more than put a proper fight in. It was not a game for us tonight where we could outplay them easily or whatever, for plenty of reasons. But it's all fine. We won 1-0, and how you know better than anybody, it's, the result in the cup is the only thing what counts, because the next game we play in, I don't know when, 3 weeks or so, or 4 weeks. So if we would have played the best game of the season tonight, it wouldn't have helped for the City game, and now this game tonight will not harm us. It's just we needed a performance that gives us the right to go to the next round, and that's what we did.
Some critical voices said you didn't concentrate so much of these cups. Now you won the League Cup and you're in the semi-final of the FA Cup. Have you changed, Jurgen?
No, I haven't changed, but it's the only thing we can do is to win games, obviously, to silence these voices, and yeah, this season obviously nobody said it so far to me.
And this matter of dancing on so many different floors, tanzt auf viele Parketten, you say in Germany. Try to explain to the football fans how you do that. What does demand from you? Although you have a big squad, but still you have to rotate and find a way. What you're thinking of that?
It's just what you want to have before the season. If you think about it, and you want to be as long in all competitions as somehow possible. And actually, I'm not sure. I think we had so far not one game more than Chelsea. Maybe one game more than City, if I'm right, because I'm not sure when City went out in the League Cup. So they all go for 3 trophies, obviously, and rightly so. It's a tough one, and a Premier League season is tough already. But if you want to go through, then it's even tougher. And today we could and had to make changes, obviously, and it still worked out. So because the boys really wanted it. This cup ties are not about quality. Cup ties are about who wants it more. I don't say we wanted it more than Nottingham, but we wanted it as well, as much as they wanted it, and that made maybe the difference.
And there could be, at the end, last question, there could be so many battles against the City this season. We're talking about in the league, now in the semi-final, could even be in the Champions League, ending up in the final there. How do you see that now?
Yeah, obviously, I think City doesn't like that too much. We don't like that too much. But in the end, the closer it gets to the end, the more likely it is that you do face City. If you don't face them earlier, you will face them in any kind of semi-final or final. So that's normal. And the same with Chelsea, pretty much. So you don't want to play against them every week because they are really strong as well. But I don't think it's a pure joy to play us. So, and that's what we should not forget. And for tonight, it's all fine. It was a massive and very intense period since the beginning of January. Now for the boys, it stays intense with the international games, especially for our 2 African boys. They play each other. And there's a lot what the boys have to deal with, and so far we came through somehow. Tonight we had really problems line-up-wise, and even with the squad we have, because if all fullbacks all of a sudden are not available. Costas came only back yesterday. He had COVID, but without any kind of symptoms, so it's negative, all fine. But you never know, and he could play 90 minutes, which is absolutely great. Bobby could play 90 minutes, which helped us as well. So. It was a tough one, but that makes it even more enjoyable.
Well done.
Thanks.
Thank you.
BBC.
Yeah, thanks again. Well done, Jurgen. Thank you.
Thank you.
Are we good? Yeah. Steve Wilson with Jurgen Klopp for the BBC. Jurgen, that was a real English cup tie. I mean, I absolutely loved it. Did you?
Yeah. Absolutely. So that's how it is. You have to make sure that you're really ready for this kind of fight. I think everything was tonight prepared for real problems for us. So the atmosphere, each challenge they won was the crowd celebrated like they scored a goal, which I love a lot. And then if you don't use your chances, and especially first half, the one very big one, which would have helped a lot, to be honest. Because then you have the game is different and everything, and when you score early, when we score, it's good as well. But of course, then will strike back with all they have. Obviously, they did all the changes they made were really offensive. They took all the risk, and yeah, in the end we came through with a lot of passion, which is important, a lot of desire, which is important. We showed really that we want to go through. It was not that anybody could tell us or can tell us now that we don't care. No, it's the opposite. We really care. We want to go as far as possible. Now we are at Wembley, and that's the place to be.
And it's going to be quite a semi-final, obviously, one that everyone will look forward to.
Yeah, I can imagine. It's a tough game for both teams, so it's even more fun that we play a week before already against each other. Could have been worse, how we all know, with a different draw in the Champions League. But so now that's absolutely fine. The further you go in each competition, the more likely you will face City at one point. Now it's a semi-final. That's fine.
Referees are often criticised by media, by the press. I have to say, I thought that looked like a penalty until I saw the replay. And
No.
he called it absolutely right.
Absolutely, he had a top position, but absolutely right. So it was that was as well all set up. Refs are human beings, so absolutely. So I mean, in that moment, the whole stadium is shouting pretty much, and it would be a human reaction just to whistle it. We are probably, what hurt me, it was obvious that it's no penalty. I couldn't see it, but I only can judge Ali's reaction. And for Ali, it was 100% clear it's not a penalty. And then I'm calmer than when I can see in his eyes that he obviously thinks, wow, I caught him. No, I caught him. And yeah, so it's all fine. Absolutely great decision.
And it was difficult to be calm in this atmosphere today. It was absolutely electric.
Absolutely. So that's how it should be. So we obviously my first time here, and I have to say, a real big compliment for everybody involved here. It was some massive atmosphere, massive event, and it felt like a European night, to be honest. And I know it's a while ago that Nottingham had them, but yeah, the crowd is prepared.
Thank you, Jurgen.
Welcome.
Well done. Thank you very much.